president of Americans for Homeopathy Choice. We just got out of our meeting with the FDA. We're here with Jim Turner, he's our awesome attorney, and Ron Dushkin, he's the awesome president of the American Institute of Homeopathy.
I think we are moving along quite nicely in getting the FDA to be much less confident about what they've said in the guidance.
And it will cause concern to overall public health and the many things that homeopathy can offer. For example, an alternative to ear infections, like I said with my daughter at the beginning of the meeting. And then I said, antibiotic overuse, the issues with antibiotic-resistant bacteria. The gentleman that we had is actually formerly in the military, working on the opioid crisis at some point, during his career. I don't know if he still is.
Still is.
He still is. So I said to him, I attended the caucus on integrative health and wellness, and the subject matter of that caucus was the opioid crisis. And we had the Surgeon General from the military speak at that, and he said how important integrative medicine has been to keep his guys off of these opioids and to wean them off of it, because there's things like acupuncture, all these wonderful things that help give them a better pain management ability.
But the images that I couldn't have put up 10 years ago of a soldier doing yoga, we couldn't even call it yoga, it was combat movement. But now that we know there's good evidence for these things, people are very accepting. And I'm privileged to work in a community, quite frankly, that our surveys every 2 years of use of these has shown that the military community is actually very receptive. Whether that's because, as the cynics say, that we frustrated them by not giving them treatments that work for them, or whether it's because many service members are stationed in foreign environments where they learned it.
4 scientists in charge of work on the flu vaccine during the 1960s found it to be ineffective, said they refused to give it to their own families. 2 were transferred to other work, a third left the division. And over the entire 10-year period, not one word of their unfavorable findings was allowed to be published.
The control officer in 1960, who has grave doubts about the potency of influenza vaccine. These doubts were made known to the director of the division and through the proper channels, and somewhat subsequent to that time, within a year or so, that person was transferred to other duties in the DVS.